Hey everyone, thank you so much for being here today. My name is Denise. I'm also known as heywigsister on Instagram and Facebook. Today I'm here with a wig review for you. I am here to show you Bolero by Ellen Wille in their Stimulate collection. And this is in the color Rosewood Rooted. I am so excited to bring you this wig on behalf of Continental Wigs, and I'm just really grateful that they continue to want to partner with me to help me bring more styles to you. So please thank Continental Wigs in the description of this video because they have made this review possible. So in this video, we're going to talk all about Bolero. I'm going to show you the cap, I'm going to talk about the fibers, I'm going to show you this color inside and outside and give you my impressions of this piece. So if you are curious about this, then stick around for the rest of this video. Bolero, like I said earlier, is a wig in the Stimulate line for Ellen Wille. This is actually a heat-friendly style, so you can take heat to this style and change up the look. And if you go to the Continental Wigs website, you will see this featured in two different styles. One is a wavy picture, so it's actually a lot wavier looking in the picture than it is here. It actually has, my piece at least, has a lot more curl than it shows on the website. But they have a second picture, and they're manufacturer pictures, and that one is this wig straight. So they actually straightened it so they can show you what it might look like wavy and straight. So the beauty of this piece is you can take heat to it and change the look if you want to. Just keep in mind, whenever you take heat to a synthetic wig, it will retain the style that you've changed it to. It won't go back. So if you take heat to this one to straighten it, then you're going to have to curl it to make it curly again. Just washing it won't do that. But I think that's a really cool feature, and I'll talk a little bit about how these fibers feel. But before I do that, let me show you what Bolero looks like from all sides. This piece has such fun movement. It's definitely kind of a bouncy, curly style. And I do have an out of the box for you, so if you stick around to the end of the video, you will see what she looked like out of the box. She was pretty close to this out of the box. I really did not have to do much. I just took a little bit of water to her. Well, first of all, I took a wide tooth comb and I sort of combed through the curls a little bit because they came out of the box looking very formed, like you took a curling iron to them, but then forgot to sort of finger comb out the curls you put in. And then I took some water in a spray bottle and I just sprayed a little bit of water and just scrunched them ever so slightly. And since then, I've sort of been playing with them, just trying to figure out kind of how do they want to lay. And so really not much was needed to make her wearable right out of the box, which is super fun. And I did notice that when you take a wide tooth comb, you can really make these curls turn more into waves, but it doesn't take much at all. A little bit of water and a little bit of scrunching to kind of get the curls to form again. So that's really awesome. So Bolero has a lace front and a mono part, which I will show you. But I'm going to talk about this color a little bit first. And if you're only here to see the color, then go into the description box of this video where I will have some timestamps. So once I'm done talking about the color inside, you can skip ahead to see what this color looks like outside, because I'll show it to you there as well. This color, Rosewood Rooted. I'm going to have to take it off my head to actually give you a description of it, but let's look at it first. It is a beautiful blend of many, many different colors on a what's probably more of it's a dark root. My guess it's a bit of a medium brown because this stuff is so much lighter. It's definitely a darker root, but it's not black or even dark brown. If I had to guess what that is, I would guess that's an 8. Because when you look at it in person, remember, video can really skew color a little bit. Your monitor impacts it, my camera, the lighting, which I'm noticing my face is looking a little shiny in my monitor, so this lighting is really bouncing off. But it may make it look a little different than it does in person, so I'll explain what I'm seeing to you guys. I'm seeing a very warm, medium brown, medium dark brown, and then it goes beautifully into a variety of auburns, and you can see this vibrant pink. There is definitely pink in this piece. Here's a piece right here. And again, I will show this to you outside, but there is this beautiful pink right here. That is just gorgeous. There's some pink on the tips over here. I just want to make sure I'm actually getting this in the camera. I try to get my face out of it so it doesn't try to focus on me. There's just like swirls of pink all throughout. And then it also has some really pretty like copper red. So like if you are familiar with Saffron Red Rooted by Ellen Villa, some of that kind of red in here. So there's auburn and there's pink and there's copper. And then kind of a medium dark brown base. And it's really gorgeous. It is definitely not, I would consider it like a fashion color, and maybe when it's on my head you can really kind of see those pink streaks. It's definitely a fashion color, but it's not crazy. I think women of just about any age could wear this, and of course women of any age can wear this. It's all a part of how you feel, but I don't think you'll be looked at oddly if you're a little bit older and you're wearing a wig like this, because I definitely think it just looks fun. And I see that question a lot. You know, I see people post, I'm 65, I'm 70, can I wear a wig like this? You can, and I think it's very tastefully done. I really do. Very tastefully done. So it'll be great to see this color outside as well, but it is just stunning, super beautiful. And you know, I've always said I kind of want a pink wig, and quite truthfully, if it were a full pink wig, I'm not sure that I would ever actually wear it, but I will wear this one because it is so tastefully done. So hopefully that was good for you guys. So let's talk about this wig. So the fibers are heat friendly, and so they feel really good, really silky. You know, I don't think they really don't feel heat friendly to me. They feel like regular synthetic in a lot of ways. They really feel like healthy hair, but they don't have any kind of a weird coated kind of feeling that I can sometimes feel on heat friendly pieces. The kind of a little bit of the giveaway to me that this is a heat friendly piece is how the fibers move. So when I do this with my head, I can feel them moving slightly clumpy. They're moving more like a clump than they are individual hair fibers, and that's not necessarily a bad thing because you don't walk around shaking your head around, so nobody else is going to notice it. But I do notice that the flow is a little bit inhibited compared to a regular synthetic. That gives away for me that this is a heat friendly piece, but otherwise the fibers feel really great. I also like with heat friendly, they do want to hold their style a little bit better. So like I mentioned a few minutes ago, if you took a wide tooth comb to this, you could get this to be a little bit more wavy versus curly, but then you could just scrunch it up a little bit and get those curls back. That is how heat-friendly wigs react. They definitely are kind of thicker and more malleable, and they do like to hold styles a little bit better than regular synthetic. So that's a bonus with this one. Now, this one, like I said, has a lace front, so let's take a look at that lace front. So first I'm going to lift it so you can see there's the lace, and then there it is on my head. I have two things to say about this lace. Number one, I have a pretty extreme tan right now, and I have been heavy-handing the bronzer. I will just admit it. I don't know why. I just can't help myself. So these transparent lace fronts are not blending as well as they will in a few months when my tan goes away. But this is a great lace front. And then you can see a little bit of knotting here because that root is pretty dark, but they did such a good job of keeping the knots small and keeping them a little bit sparse. So when you look at that, you don't see a straight line across. It's like heavy knot, like more knotting, less knotting, more knotting, less knotting. That gives it such a realistic look. There's two things you can do if a lace front makes you uncomfortable. Number one, you can pluck a little bit of the hairs out if you want it even more sparse in some places, or you can put makeup on it. Both of those things are going to help to disguise any knotting that makes you uncomfortable, but I really find this lace front to be great. It also has a mono part. So the parting is a left part going to the right, kind of the typical mono part. I'll talk about the swoop in a second. You guys are noticing me do this a lot. For my personal preference, this is a little heavily knotted to me. You can't see that monofilament very well at all. So what I plan to do is pluck it a little bit so that you can actually see that parting space a little bit more. I like that for me personally, and plucking is really quick and easy, and so that's what I would do to it. But a lot of people would be fine just the way it is. I also like, I'll take this cap off in a second so you can see it, but it's a wide monofilament, so you do have a little bit of flexibility to make it a little bit more extreme or less extreme. So while you can't completely change the part to the right, you can kind of change the placement of it in there, which I really like. Now let's talk about the swoop right here. So I have played around with this part quite a bit to try to figure out how she wants to lay and how to maybe manage the swoop right here. And so the only thing that kind of annoys me about this is that it really wants to hang in my face. Now, when I mess with her and I push her to the side, she does stay pretty well as long as I'm not doing much. So I could wear her to dinner, I could wear her to a movie, I could wear her, you know, if I'm just going like with friends and we're just gonna sit and be chatting, I could totally get her to go to the side and she's probably gonna stay pretty well. But if I'm going to go to work or something where my head's down at my desk and it's up and I'm moving around, this might annoy me a little bit. So I have a couple of options. My first option is to just take a little claw clip, kind of do a little twist or something, put the claw clip in, arrange the hair, and then just leave it like that. I wear wigs like this all the time and I love this look. That would handle that just fine. Another option would be to take heat to her and try to lift these bangs a little bit with some heat and see if I can get it just to get some lift and see if that helps. Wearing her is going to help that a lot too. This is going to pretty easily train through wear and just constantly messing. So, you know, if I'm taking the heat of my hands and I'm redirecting those fibers regularly, eventually those fibers are going to start doing what I want them to do. So you have some options when a bang is really bothering you, and with a heat-friendly style especially, you're really gonna have success with the heat of your hand, with training. I mean, right now she wants to hold this style pretty well, and I didn't really have to do a whole lot, and that's those heat-friendly fibers working in my favor, and so that's really awesome. I also like the length of this. So heat-friendly fibers can be tricky because friction on clothing is sort of the enemy of heat-friendly fibers. They start to get really frizzy and frayed on the ends the more they rub up against things, but as you can see on me, this one's not going to be a problem with just regular shirts. It's not touching my collar, so I'm not going to have the friction issue with it. If your neck is shorter than mine, or some of your measurements are shorter than mine, this could lay longer on you, but for me, this is just fine. If you have a heat-friendly wig that is starting to show wear on the ends, you can take heat to it with a flat iron, with a curling iron, with a steamer, and get the kind of the cuticle to close up on those. That works really, really well. The caution is when you take heat to this wig, it will alter the curl. So if you really love the curl pattern, you're going to want to be cautious about that, and you're probably going to have to add curl back in if you do that. Let's look at this cap. So you've got your lace front, which is, it's ear tab to ear tab. So the lace front comes down to about here, which gives you a lot of styling options. And then you've got that monofilament. Like I said, it's relatively a generous size. It's giving you a lot of parting options within that. Then you've got the bendable ear tabs with the soft velvety material. You have an extended nape, Velcro adjusters. Very, very nice. Now, Permatease. This wig has a little bit of Permatease, not a lot. Ellen Wille is known for two things. Well, I'm sure Ellen Wille is known for a lot more than two things, but two main things that Ellen Wille is known for are lightweight, light density wigs, so the not heavy density. This has the right amount of hair that you don't have to worry about seeing wefting, but it is light enough density. You're not going to be overwhelmed. You're not going to feel like you have a huge mop on your head. I can feel right through the cap when I do this. And she's also not known for, or known for having low Permatease. So this one has a little bit of crimpy fibers, which helps, number one, lift the curls up off the cap a little bit, and number two, to disguise the cap, but no poofy, pillowy Permatease. I don't feel any poofy, pillowy Permatease anywhere on here. Just a little bit of crimpy fibers, and that's really it. So it's just kind of the perfect density, the perfect weight, the perfect length. I mean, if you want to know what checks all my boxes, personally, this wig does that, really. The perfect, beautiful curls. You know, because I just got her, I have not worn her. I can't speak to the longevity of the heat-friendly fibers on this wig, but everything else is really awesome. Just fabulous. It fits me very comfortably. Ellen Wille can be known to run a little bit average petite. I would say if this is average petite, it's just slightly petite. I mean, it definitely is super comfortable on me. I have a 22-inch circumference, and let me double check where these are. I even have a little bit of room to take them out, the adjusters. Just a little, but they weren't all the way on the end, and even that was super comfortable to me. So if you are 22 inches, you will fit this fine. At least your circumference will fit this fine. As far as the over the top of your head, now I have no extra cap up here. This fits my head measurements pretty perfectly. So look in the description of the video so that you can see what my measurements are, so that you can compare them to yours. So please remember, circumference is only one measurement that you need to know, and just because it fits you around your head doesn't necessarily mean that the cap's going to fit you comfortably everywhere else. If this cap fits you big, then you're going to deal with the ear tabs being too low. If the cap fits you small, you're going to deal with the ear tabs being too high. So let's talk about these ear tabs. So the ear tab sits right up here. Let me try to get this so you can see what I mean here by coverage. So you can see a little bit of my bio hair. That's pretty typical for Ellen Wille wigs. The ear tab is here, my ear is here. In a perfect coverage wig, I would like to see this ear tab just slightly lower. That would give me a little bit more coverage. That's what tells me this wig is running just slightly average petite. Not because of the circumference, because of the rest of the cap. And the coverage sits just a little bit high on me. It's very comfortable, but it doesn't give me as good of coverage as it could. The placement of the ear tabs is actually perfect for glasses. So if you're a glasses wearer, then you're going to appreciate where the ear tabs are falling if they're similar to you, because the glasses are going to slip under them perfectly. As far as styling goes, let's talk styling for a minute. I think you're going to have a lot of styling options with this piece. If you are comfortable with claw clips and headbands, I definitely think you're going to like that. So let me grab for you quickly just a headband really quick. So I love these headbands. I've talked about them in multiple videos. I usually link them in the description if I show them, and they're really fantastic. And so with a wig like this, I mean, you can just slide the headband in, keep the hair down, because it's got this great lace front. And sometimes this is just a little bit harder to do on camera because I can't really see what I'm doing very well. But if you want to kind of get your hair up and out of the way, and then you want to sort of arrange the fibers, you can do that. I think the lace front gives you a lot of great options. And then clips, claw clips, anything like that are going to give you just a myriad of styling options. And so I really love using claw clips to sort of, you know, play up the lace front. Like I mentioned earlier, you can get the bangs. You can use large clips, small clips. I just grabbed a large clip for ease, but I'd probably use a little bit of a smaller clip if I were to do this and clip that up. The other thing that you can do, because it has these really cute curls, you can work on picking up hair all throughout the wig and then clipping in and leaving some of the curls spilling down. That would be a really cute look. You can take something I like to do even with wigs of this length. Don't think just because a wig is above your shoulders that you can't do updos with them. You can get yourself a low little pony, and then you can bring curls down all around and just change up the look. So there is definitely a lot that you can do with this piece as far as styling goes. And I think it's just a matter of what tools you have available to you and what your comfort level is. And so that's Bolero. I think it's a super cute style, and I definitely think if you like short, curly, wavy bobs, this color is so unique. I've actually never seen this color in any other line. I will tell you guys that I did review a wig called Maine Mono, but it was an Ellen Villa Raquel Welch collaboration. This wig is almost identical to it, I think. I can't find really any major differences between the two at all. So I think that they may have just relabeled it or something. I have no insider knowledge about that, but I think it's really, really similar. And so anyway, I just really like it. So why don't you guys just stick around for a minute while I get outside, and then I'll show you what this color looks like outside, and at the end you will be able to see the out of the box. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you'll subscribe to my channel and stick around for future videos. Talk to you guys soon. All right, everyone, let's take a look at this beautiful rosewood rooted color outside. I'll get into the sun for you in just a moment. Just beautiful. Such a variety of great, vibrant, warm colors. And then there's that root. Just a perfect root. It's not too dark. And you can see when I was talking about those little pink highlights. Just beautiful. You know, it's one of those fashion type colors that I think can be worn by a lot of different people. And it's not so bold and out there that you'll feel super self-conscious, or if you're a little bit older, that you're trying too hard. Maybe that's a nice way to say it. I don't know, but just beautiful. Let's see. You can get a little bit of shade potentially to wrap this up, because color looks different depending if it's bright sunlight, a little shady sunlight. All right, everyone, thank you so much for watching. I hope you got what you needed. I'll talk to you soon. All right, you guys, I am here to do the out of the box for Bolero. So I have Bolero out of the box. Oh, gosh, you guys, I'm super excited. I just threw this one on for like 2 seconds, and so I didn't even really look at it too closely. This is what she looks like. All I've done is taken the tag off of her. Sometimes I have the best job or the best hobby. When I get to try something new that nobody else has reviewed, I just am over the moon. And that is this wig. Okay. Wow. Oh gosh, you guys, this is thrilling for me. Thrilling. Okay. I'm trying to avoid saying things that I know that I'm going to say in the other part of this video so I don't repeat myself. So we're just here so that you can see what she looks like out of the box. So this is her out of the box. This is how you would try her on if you had just purchased her. You know, I'm not going to mess with her too much. And, you know, it's okay to do something like this, but I can't really mess around with the part. I can't shake her out. It's really just a put her on, check her out, look her over, and that's it until you decide whether or not you're going to keep or return. So let me do a spin for you and show you what she looks like. I gotta see the back. Let me grab my mirror. Oh man. Yes. I like this. I have to remember, some of you guys watch all my videos and you're experienced wig wearers, and I'm super appreciative, but some of you are brand new at this and you don't know these things. So I always want to make sure I am speaking to both my experienced crowd and my new wig wearers, just so that I say this. So I put her on, I looked at her, I give her a thumbs up. Just from that look, I know that I'm going to like her because she checks the boxes of length, fiber, curl type. I don't see anything to be worried about on the cap. I don't see sparse areas or damage. You know, you're going to look through the cap, make sure that the lace is not fraying or is intact. You're going to kind of go look down on the top of the cap and make sure there aren't any really sparse areas or bald areas that might indicate a defect. You know, you're going to just make sure that the fibers look healthy and good and like there's no damage to them, because sometimes returns slip through the process and you might be getting a wig that someone else returned. That's rare, but you know, anything can happen in this world. I mean, people make mistakes. So you're doing all of that because the next step is to shake her out. And once you do that, you cannot return her. So everything's checking off for me. So now I'm going to flip her upside down. I'm going to put my fingers through the wefting so that I can hang on to her. And now I'm just going to shake her out. Give her some good shakes. Don't worry about shaking your wigs out. You're not going to damage them. If this were a super long piece, I'd be a little more cautious about how much I shake her out because I don't want to create terrible tangles. And with length, you can, you know, the hair can get knotted up in things. Length like this, I'm not worried at all. So I'm really going to shake vigorously, especially when you've got yourself a curly piece. You really need to shake out and separate those curls. And doing it upside down also then allows gravity to kind of work on the fibers. We're working out any Permatease that she might have, which she really doesn't have much from what I've been able to check out so far. So now you see these curls are fluffed up and they're definitely looking a little bit more alive. So now I can put her on and now I can start messing with the part and kind of get it arranged. Let me look at this again for a second. I want to make sure I know where this part is. Okay. Oh gosh, you guys, this is so cute. Yeah, there's not much Permatease in here. Oh, yes. Where's my comb? You know, one of the things I love most about working with Continental wigs is their generosity in allowing me to pick out a style. Versus just sending me whatever they want me to review. That method is great, and I'm grateful for any wigs that get sent to me because I love bringing them to you, and it gives me flexibility to try new things. But when I get to choose, that allows me to be a little more adventurous, you know, maybe try something that I'd be afraid to spend my own money on. And so, oh gosh, you guys. This is adorable. Okay, well, this was out of the box. I didn't have to do a whole lot to her. Shake her out, take a comb to her, and that's it. I wouldn't even need to spray this one with water or hang her upside down for a while. This is actually really close to just shake and go. I will probably, another thing is these kind of curls are ones that I probably would comb out a little bit. It's hard for me to describe to you guys which wigs I choose to, curly wigs I choose to comb, and which I believe need not to be combed. Something with big barrel curls like this, I think they do better when you kind of gently comb the curls out and just sort of separate them. Because otherwise, what they end up looking like is they end up looking like you curled your hair and then forgot to, you know, comb or finger comb it. But then if I go and spray it with water, I can then scrunch and I can see how much curl is possible with it. So I kind of am leaning toward doing that. But I'll share with you what I've done to her in the other part of the video, which you've already seen. Keep in mind, I filmed this first, and so I don't really know what I've done or what I've, you know, said yet. So I try to combine them, but I leave this on the end because not all of you need this part of it. So, all right, guys, this has made my day. I'm so excited. Thank you if you stuck around for this part of the video. I do appreciate it. I'll talk to you guys soon.